Hello, I'm a British citizen from an Egyptian descent, and I was shocked to see The Guardian today writing a very strange article about Dr. Awady. Okay, but first things first. I am diagnosed with no less than 20 illnesses, from fibromyalgia to focal motor hyperplasia to endometrial hyperplasia to IBS, migraines, name it, it's there. And I am into nutrition and I have a diploma in nutrition, and I'm also a former UN translator and other things. I'm not someone who's ignorant exactly, and I've been going from one anti-inflammatory protocol to the other for me to help myself get rid of or manage symptoms, illnesses, etc. And then I came to know about Dr. Awady. He's a consultant, intensive care, clinical nutrition, anesthesia, pain management, and he achieved all that before reaching the age of 44. And one of my doctors knows him personally, and he said he's one of the best doctors in Egypt. So his statements that came across as very strange made me sit down and listen, really listen, not just judge and take a piece of information that sounds strange and hilarious and run with it. So I sat down and I really listened. And I analyzed his lectures because he had lectures for doctors, he had lectures for biologists, because I forgot to tell you that he was also a professor. And he was the son of the dean of the College of Science and Agriculture and Agronomy, one of the most prominent scientists in Egypt. But Dr. Awady was kind of funny, go-lucky kind of guy. He's not your typical doctor. He smokes, he busts some really funny jokes, and he had a clinic, but he also had live sessions where he will joke with normal people and try to introduce the basics of science and how your body works. The problem came from the fact that some of his scientific lectures that were aimed at professional medical people and biologists, they were attended by simple people. So simple people didn't know the difference between blood sugar and sugar, misinterpreted his words, and it became some sort of mess in the mass media. And because he spoke against chicken and eggs, which is a huge industry in Egypt, and the business tycoons are the sons and daughters and cousins of the military government, he became under attack. And so many stories that were completely bogus, because I verified them and I found out that some of the people he claimed that he did all these things, they couldn't even write their names in English on their Facebook, even though they claimed they were American Egyptians who were based in the United States, but they couldn't spell their own names. So I didn't just follow that diet, I had to study this diet, because the diet basically says that you have to follow an anti-inflammatory protocol, and it is an elimination protocol. And what do you eliminate? Eliminate eggs, and I'm going to tell you why, chicken, and I'm going to tell you why, actually all farmed poultry and farmed fish and white bread and white flour and fibrous vegetables that are harsh on your colon, and legumes like beans, because you're also harsh on your colon if you're sick, because this is for sick people, it's not for healthy people. And he also banned most dairy, where the casein is high and the lactose is high. And he banned, what else did he ban? Fizzy drinks. Wow, look, what a criminal. He banned the fizzy drinks. And he explained and over explained why, and he explained the science, but nobody wants to listen. And let us repeat that he's a clinical nutritionist and ICU consultant and a professor. He's not a joke. So basically, the diet is you eat vegetables that are easy to digest, like taro, peeled potatoes, sweet potatoes without the skin, zucchini, squash. You peel it and remove the seeds, some okra, and once in a while some other vegetable. And he allowed all fruits that are easy on your digestive tract, especially if you peel them, like you peel an apple, especially because of all the sprayed pesticides and things like that. And people started healing, and testimonials started to show up in millions. And this is when the government started a smear campaign. And this is not the first time the government does that. Then he went to Dubai. He fled to Dubai after he got death threats, and he's lost alive from his hotel room. Said that he got a death threat, and people should know that if he was found dead all of a sudden, nobody should believe that he committed suicide. Lo and behold, the same night he was dead. Okay. Maybe it's all a coincidence and it is a conspiracy theory, but let me tell you about me. And my doctors know about that. I have constipation and fecal infection because of my medication and many other illnesses that was on the verge of surgery. I no longer need it, to the point that just 2 days ago, I asked my doctor to stop my medication because now I'm fine. Now I'm a normal human being when it comes to this issue. I was also in a car crash in 2015. I was in constant pain because of my injuries and also for no reason at all. Doctors didn't know why I was in pain that much, and they said it's because of fibromyalgia. But it didn't make a lot of sense to me because I know fibromyalgic pain. It was not fibromyalgia. So long story short, after I got fed up of the words, there is no cure, there is no cure, there is no cure, I was like, what have I got to lose? You know, he says, eat rice, potatoes, cold pressed olive oil, a bunch of dates if you want something sweet, and a spoon of vinegar. And I already know, because of my diploma course, that these are very easy to digest foods. And I know that vinegar and olive oil in this combination will repair your gut wall in your colon. I already knew that. But my mistake was I was always eating vegetables and eggs and chicken because these are the healthy foods that are good for you. So I banned everything he banned, and I just ate only that, rice, potatoes, bunch of dates, cold pressed olive oil for my blood sugar not to spike, because the olive oil will stop that. And olive oil, cold pressed olive oil, will also absorb all the toxins from your sick, ailing gut. And guess what happened? On day 4, my neck pain disappeared despite the injuries. My left shoulder pain disappeared despite the injuries. And my sciatic pain disappeared. Even though when I move and I walk around because I have a disability, it comes back, but it doesn't hurt me 24/7 anymore. Also, my IBS stabilized, and my blurry, dizzy, aching self was no more. All in 4 days. Yeah, magic? No, it's not magic. It's actually based on clinical nutrition that never comes out of hospitals. He came out and made it popular knowledge. If you don't give it to people in hospitals, you don't give it to sick people outside of hospitals. When was the last time you had surgery in a hospital and they fed you a whole big bunch of salad? Never. Have you ever been in a hospital after a surgery and someone gave you some eggs? Nope. So this is exactly what he banned. But it's big money everywhere. So now we see the smear campaign going everywhere and people are engaged into the hype. People are buying into the hype. They don't want to read about the low fiber diet that Dr. Alvarez made popular all over the world since 1921. Okay, that took the medical world by storm, and it is the basis of diets in hospitals, even inside the UK, where The Guardian is from. All right, I'm not surprised that the article was written by an Egyptian. Every single bad article about Dr. Awady is written by an Egyptian. Sad, very sad, but true. I am surprised that a respectable newspaper like The Guardian is just hiring anybody to write anything about anything at all. Isn't it cute, Guardian? Isn't it cute? Please take this stupid article down. You know why it's stupid? Because it's so full of misinformation. Dr. Awady did not ban what Mrs. or Miss Ehab said. Or was it Captain Ehab? I don't remember. The article says he banned this and that and the other. He never did. And here is a picture of him trying to show people that bread is bad for you, while he was holding a bag showing people that white flour was bad for you, not bread. You know why? Because he allows whole wheat bread. Thank you. So, and the article also says that he says that smoking is good for you. Are you kidding? He's a smoker. But he never said that smoking is good for you. He actually said smoking is bad for you. This is what he said. And he said, it's none of you business people that I smoke. I think smoking is okay for me. I want to smoke. It's none of your business. And he had a little bit of a tantrum because people were severely abusing him on the internet all the time. As a matter of fact, many business tycoons were hiring so many minions, hundreds and hundreds of minions, to come on his live feeds to verbally abuse him and abuse his family and abuse his children. So every expression of sadness, every expression of anger was taken and spread all over the internet. Oh, look what the crazy doctor is doing. Because they were losing money, a lot of money, millions and millions and millions. Not to mention that he spoke against the bad practices of many surgeons inside Egypt, and this is why they closed his clinic. And he took them to court, and they found no evidence. And they opened his clinic again, and they closed it again, and he went to court again. Basically, they made his life hell because he was telling people how to engage the body's autonomous healing mechanism that all the doctors know it exists. How does it exist? What makes your bones heal when you break your leg? What makes your flesh heals after they cut you up and stitch you back again? Yeah, your autonomous healing. And you know why I speak for Dr. Awady? Because on day 16 of his diet, I had a fiber slump on my IT band that has been there for 30 years, and I couldn't sleep on my right side for 30 years. On day 16, it was gone. I know I have a lot of hair. I have a lot more hair, and it was falling like crazy. It stopped falling. My nails are growing again. So is it a placebo? No, it's not a placebo. You know why? Because I have a diploma in nutrition and I can tell you the science. After you do a few days eating rice, potatoes, some dates, olive oil and some vinegar, after 3 to 9 days, you can have some fish with the bone in from a can. There you have it, your vitamin D, your calcium, your magnesium, your omegas. If you have a small tin of sardines, there you go. And he allowed so many foods that are very good for you. And this is why people are healing. And this is why people who don't understand, they just pick what they don't understand and go all over the world to speak like they are experts. I'm going to defend this man to the last day in my life, because this man made me sit here alert talking to you like this. Because before I did his diet, I was always like, I'm sedated, I'm not here, I'm not alert, I'm not happy, I don't have a smile on my face. Those eyes were always swollen. This face was this big, was a double chin up till here. And guess what? I lost 15 pounds in 40 days. Something Monjaro couldn't do for me, even though I paid money for it privately. There you go. The guy's dead. He can't give me a bribe. He's gone. But just out of gratitude, I'm doing it. And just for the record, 2 of my friends are on it. You know why you were on it? Because you will wake up every morning coughing, sneezing, bleeding through the nose, having IBS symptoms, lower back pain, and they were healing in 4 days. You know why 4 days? You're gonna heal this number. You're gonna hear this number so many times, because your immune system takes 3 days to reactivate. There you go. There you go. And by the way, people who have eczema, skin conditions, and I think the pronunciation is vitiligo, are healing. People who are having chronic illnesses are healing. People with kidney failure are healing. Their testimonies are all over my channel. Copy and paste into Google Translate, and there you go. I have 15,000 on this channel, and all of them are here on this channel right here, because 15,000 are healing. And guess what? I started this channel only 2 months ago. So if I've been here for 2 years or 3 years, it would have been 15 million. Why is the Guardian doing this? Why? What's wrong, guys? You need some money or something? You need some popularity? You're gonna be a yellow tabloid sometime soon, like spreading the BS? That who is Captain Ahab anyway? Come out and tell us who you are. Come out, tell us who you are. I want to know. Where did you bring this information from? From his jokes? From the times when he was like upset? Eat Nutella. This is what the article says. He wants you to eat Nutella the whole time. As a matter of fact, he said, if you really crave it, you can have like a spoon over a slice of whole bread toast once in a while. It's not gonna kill you. You can have a spoon of jam once in a while. It's not gonna kill you. Nitpicking. Character assassination. Not good, Guardian. Not good. Not good. Right. So if you want to know more about the diet, it's not actually a diet. Let me take the back. The anti-inflammatory elimination protocol. If you want to know more about it, it's on my channel. And oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, I had a meeting with a consultant on the NHS as a last step before surgery to see what I'm gonna do about my massive problems in my woman's area and other areas and toilet problems. And I recorded it and I told the lady, woo, magic, I am fine now. I no longer wet myself when I sneeze. Yeah, I don't do that anymore. Or cough or laugh like many ladies out there. I don't anymore on this diet. Stopped the inflammation in my body from head to toes, especially toes. that used to cramp and spasm and wake me up in the middle of the night because of pain, all that gone now. And I'm still on it, on a healing journey to help myself. And trust me, I know a lot about vitamin D3 with K this and K that. I know a lot about supplements. I know a lot about your vitamins, your keratin and tyrosine and creatine. I probably know more than you. I don't play Russian roulette with my health. What's left of it? I studied this protocol for months before I joined, for me to know he's not a fraudster, he's not an idiot. So, may his soul rest in peace. The recording with the consultant in English is on my channel, where she says, I don't understand why people attack him, because what he advised is exactly what we advise our patients. It's a low residue, low fiber diet with so many elements from the FODMAP, her words. Have a nice day.